we're back. Today is day 2 of my little experiment. See how much I can improve my ability to speak in under a month. Today's topic, I'm not going to go into a lot on some of the other things I want to cover later, just because I want to present those things very well. And so today I'm just going to talk about my fitness goals. So like I said in my previous video, I had a surgery January of last year. I wasn't in real great shape at that point, but I definitely wasn't fat. At the point that I had the surgery, I was probably about 205 pounds, maybe a little less, maybe 203. And so I went in and I had the surgery, and it put me in bed for about a month. And then after that, I didn't end up going to the gym. I had a stent for a period of time, which was very painful. So a lot of my lack of exercise came from that. Then there were some other things that got mixed in there. I had a job change, so I wasn't up and moving around as often. I can blame it on a lot of things, but long story short, I got fat. I gained about close to 30 pounds. I was 231 pounds at my highest. And so maybe 2 months ago, I think, beginning of the year, like most people, I set a New Year's resolution that I was going to get back in shape, back to at least as lean as I was before me and my wife got married. And so I started doing some research on diets and stuff. I had been big into exercise. The leanest that I've gotten was close to, I don't know, probably 13 or 14% body fat. And I did all of that through exercise. I was exercising probably 2 to 3 hours a day. I'd get off work and I would just go, lift weights, get on the stationary bike, and I'd bike for an hour and a half, whatever. But I wasn't real good at the dieting part. So I was like, this time around, I'm going to do this different. I'm not going to make it hard on myself. I don't have 2 to 3 hours a day to work out. I got to be smarter about this. So I've done a tremendous amount of research on diets, and there's really two groups of thinking at this point. I think you've got the one group of people that think that you should eat, 6 to 8 meals, small meals a day, and then you've got the intermittent fasting. I've done both at this point. I feel like they both work, right? That being said, I had a hard time being satiated when I was doing the small meals. I like to eat big meals in order to feel satiated. So the intermittent fasting seemed to be the option that I wanted to go with. And so I started following Kino Body. I don't know if you guys know who that is or not, but he's got, his YouTube following and his programs. And I went ahead and I bought his advanced fat loss training, I think is what it's called. I bought that just to see what he had. I think realistically I already had a general understanding what I was going to do, but I was curious, what his product was. He's incorporated some basic exercises that I think can help everybody, and he's included a basic understanding of intermittent fasting. For me, I feel like it's a beginner course. I feel like it's for somebody that has never been in shape and is looking for, some help getting there. It doesn't feel like of and by itself it would take me where I want to go. I want to get to sub 10% body fat. I want to maintain a large amount of muscle. I want to maintain my strength. And so I've like I said, done some research, and what I found, so as of this morning, I was 209 pounds, and coming from 230 in about 2 months. That's pretty aggressive, I think. I mean, there's definitely been people that have lost it faster, but you have to understand that I kind of eased my way into that. The first month was pretty slow. First of all, I was shifting back and forth between what diet I was going to mess with, and then second of all, every weekend just about I was doing a cheat meal and devouring a package of Oreos. So that slowed me down significantly. Cut that out, that makes all the difference. So what I found was that the intermittent fasting was what was going to be good for me, and I played with how much time. Kino Body suggests that you use I think it was 8 to 10 hours of fasting. I don't know. I have found that 18 works best for me. I've done as much as 48. That gets difficult because you still need to maintain the same number of calories that you would eat during a day. And so if you fasted for 48 hours, you'd have to eat 2 days worth of food in basically one sitting, and that's pretty difficult. So I've moved it back down to I eat once a day. I'm trying to exercise 3 to 4 times a week. Usually what that involves is riding a stationary bike for cardio, and then I have HIIT training that I do, which at a later time I'd like to share some of my exercises I've put together. I've designed a lot of my own exercises. I try to think strategically. HIIT, to get the most benefit, you really have to do it with every bit of intensity you have. And so if you're going into it knowing that you're going to have to work so incredibly hard, a lot of times you don't give it your all. So what I've done is I've strategically thought out how to trick myself, I guess, into doing intervals that, I do the first one and I'm like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And then I get to the second one and I'm like, oh, that was kind of tough, but I'm already halfway through. And then the third one, I'm like, damn, that's difficult, but I've only got one left. And so I give it my all and I'm done. I feel like I've been very successful with that. The other thing with the intermittent fasting, I don't do a pure intermittent fasting. I've found that keto seems to work best for me. I seem to burn more fat when I have my bulletproof coffee in the morning. I know Kino Body said no. I know he doesn't advocate it. I feel like it's the difference in our body types. He may get the most benefit out of that, and maybe there's a lot of people that do get the benefit out of just doing a pure fasted state and drinking his coffee in the morning. I have a modified bulletproof coffee that I drink. It's I'd say 8 ounces of coffee, 1 teaspoon of Kelly Gold's butter, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, a little bit of lion's mane, and probably a half tablespoon of dark chocolate unsweetened cocoa powder. So no sugar, higher in fat. I get that caffeine to help stimulate my metabolism, and that helps me stay satiated through the day. I don't get hungry at lunch. Most of the time, I'm not even really that hungry by the time I get to dinner, but I go ahead and eat because I know I need to. And that's what's worked for me. And I've lost 20 pounds. So at some point in time, I'd like to get more in depth with that, but today's video is mainly about me learning to speak better. I hope that I'm coming along with that, and that's what's going on with me right now. As far as the business stuff, I still need to get my LLC together. I'm doing the training for the selling on Amazon, but I don't know if I'm going to do that immediately. I may hold off on that, so that's where I'm at. So that's my video today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a good day.